Welcome back, artists. Now that I've decided which one I'm going to do, I'm going to do Your Dynamite. I did some research. I printed off some options for dinosaurs, and I have my paper. This is going to be the size of the front of our card. So this is where we're going to finalize our design. The first thing you want to do is start with a border. And you can use a ruler to draw your border if you would like, or you can just freehand it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am choosing to use a ruler. And the best way to do it, if you want it to be even, would be to measure. Or if it's not critical to you that it is even, you can just eyeball it. It is important, though, that you can see the leftovers so that you can make sure it's even. If I were to put my ruler this way, I would have a really hard time knowing how much space is being shown. So you want to make sure that you put the ruler on the other side so that you can see the leftover space. And that will help you make it more consistent. And this is going to just be a plain part of our card that will help sort of space your print in the center and allow you to line them up. So I'm just erasing these extra parts. And now the next thing I'm going to do is start to draw. So I want to fill the space with my dinosaur. I think maybe I'll go with this guy here. He's a little bit shorter, so I'm going to put it this way. And I'm just going to do my best to draw this out on my own. When you draw, it's a good idea to start light, draw light until you get it right. I like to kind of space out where I want things to go. So I'm gonna have the back kind of coming here with the tail going up. And then the tail come back down. The legs will be in this area. The belly continues. His head is bigger, so I'm gonna go up higher. Come around, and then it sort of comes to a point here. So even though this isn't a perfect drawing, you kind of get the general idea of where things are going. And now that I have the spacing right, I can go back and make my lines a little bit better. So this I want to make a little bit more rounded, especially here in the front. I am going into the border a little bit, and that's okay, but you want to make sure there is some space between the edge of the paper and your drawing. So I can keep working on this, making my lines darker as I get more comfortable with where I have things placed. Now that I have my image drawn out, it fills the space. It comes really close to or touches or maybe even goes into the border just slightly. I am ready to now think about, do I want to have some words? And I want to put Your Dynamite on mine, and I was thinking I would have it follow along the back of the dinosaur. And the important things to think about when you do lettering is that you need to make sure that you have them spaced, because when we print, we're going to be pushing our lines in, and the negative space is what's going to be printed. The letters are going to be the color of the paper. So it's important that you leave some space between your letters. So I'm going to draw these kind of big, and I'm going to space them out more than I typically would when I am writing. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to think about size. And I'm going to work to fit it into this space. Now that I have my picture drawn out and my letters where I would like them to go, I'm going to outline this with Sharpie so the lines are a little bit darker. This is also going to give you a good idea of how the lines are going to get thicker through the process. So this is kind of a good test to see if you're happy with how things are. So I'm just going to go around and outline with Sharpie. And you might find that you need to modify things a little bit. But I'm just going to go around.